Hey guys, welcome to episode 6 of my Vlogmas. So I'm participating in my own version of Vlogmas where I release videos from Monday to Friday. So this just means that of the 2 that I normally release, I'll be adding in 3 extra videos. So today's video is episode 6 and I know you'll be seeing this on a Wednesday. The first ones that I did on Monday and Tuesday, these are not part of Vlogmas, these are my normal videos, and then what you are going to see today, tomorrow and Friday, these are part of Vlogmas. So this is why this is episode 6. Hey guys, welcome to Budget with a Dry Dreamer. My name is Miranda. On this channel I share everything personal finance, specifically sharing tips on how to save, how to invest, as well as how to budget. If this topic's interested, then please hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get into today's video. So as I mentioned, this is episode 6 and it's all about investments, and I've decided to share with you my entire investment portfolio. This excludes property, so this is all about the stock market and crypto. So what I've decided to do is, whereas I will show you my entire portfolio, I have my laptop here with me. I have written down 3 questions that I would like to answer in this video to help you along on your financial journey. Please do not take anything that I say in this video as financial advice. This is me just sharing with you what I have learned, what I've picked up, and hopefully this will help somebody in the future. So first question that I have written down is why did I start investing? So personally, I started investing as part of my wealth building journey. So I want to be the person that breaks the generational curses and what have you, and I'm going to be the first millionaire in my family. So this is why I started investing, because I looked around firstly in my company to see how people were building their wealth, and investing was one of the things that people did. People told me about buying houses, which is great, but they also said, you know, diversify your portfolio and include other things like the stock market. At that time I had no clue what they were talking about, but I was like, okay. And now that I've educated myself, watched others, learned from others, I decided to start investing. So the next question I have is, how long ago did I start investing? So officially I started investing back in 2014, and I say officially because I purchased my first shares in the company that I worked for. So this is as far as I went with investing. As part of my compensation package, we were given options in the company. I didn't know what that meant, but I translated it to free money when it vested. But I also thought, you know, they had a scheme at work where you can contribute part of your salary, and I decided to give up 1% of my income. And I tell you what, looking back now, hindsight is such a great teacher, but looking back now, I wish I'd done even 2%. But I'm glad that I did the 1%, because the results that it yielded were out of this world. And this is one of the main reasons why I decided to actually invest even more. I started investing by myself, managing my own brokerage accounts, managing my own ISAs and what have you, back in 2019 into 2020. That's when I just decided, you know what, I'm going to be managing myself instead of the company that I work for doing it. So they had this brokerage account where they manage everything for us. We could go in, check, but we couldn't really change much. So I loved that, and then I started learning more about it and decided to do that myself as well. I opened my first stocks and shares ISA, and then I started opening general investments account, and I made a lot of mistakes at the beginning, but I'm glad I did, because then after reading about it, educating myself, I now know what I'm supposed to do, and I'm hoping that in the videos that I share on my channel, I'll be able to impart some knowledge that I have picked up along the way. So the next question that I have, and this is a question I've been asked in real life by some of my friends, it's when do I plan to cash out? So I'm a long-term investor. I do not intend to cash out in the next 5 years. No. Part of my strategy is to cash out when I retire. Now my retirement age is not going to be the national retirement age. At the moment it's 65, but obviously we do know that this is going to be changing because we're living longer, people are working longer. I mean, some not by choice, but others by choice. So personally, my retirement, I would like to start the process of retiring when I am 50. Around 45, which is in about 11 years, I am hoping to start slowing down, like reducing hours at work, focusing more on the things that I want. And this is why I'm focusing a lot of my efforts right now in my investing, in building my portfolio or property portfolio and all of that jazz. So this is all part of my plan. So cashing out in the near future, like in the next 10 years, is not part of my plans. I intend to invest for as long as I can. Even when I go into semi-retirement, I still plan to continue investing even then. So these are the questions that I just wanted to answer and just give you an like an idea of how I look at investing, when I started, and what my plans are. Now we're going to move over to my laptop, and I'll start my screen record and then walk you through my entire portfolio. So what you can see right now is my self-made tracker, where I have been tracking all of my investments. Like I said, this is just my stocks and shares that I've been tracking. You can already see that I've populated the December ones, because what I normally do is on the first day of the month, I will populate what those what each of my accounts are doing on that first day, and then on the last day as well, I will populate, and then I will keep that number in the tracker. So for 30th of November, Vanguard SIPP, so my self-invested personal pension, it was 10,843 and 15 pence. On the first, it fell to 10,737 and 80 pence. So this is the thing with the stock market, can go up, can go down, so you have to anticipate this, and this is why I'm planning to do this for a long haul and not just a short interim. So my tracker, you will see the types of investments that I have. Here I do have the various investments that you can see. Then I built this tracker back in June. I've been tracking for longer than that, but for this specific one, I started tracking in June. So I do have my pensions in the first part. Then I have my ISA, so this is my tax efficient way of investing. Then I've got general investments. This also includes cryptocurrency. So let's start off first with my pension. So with my pension, I have my Vanguard SIPP, self-invested personal pension, and then I do have another pension with legal and general. So right now you can see from June I was at 9,560 and 56 pence, and it has grown all the way to 10,737 and 80 pence. And I will tell you what, this SIPP is one that I had with my previous provider. This is why it's in red, because at first it was with Airgon, and then I changed it to Vanguard, and this is how much I had. And I didn't even know that I had this until the documents came through. I'm like, oh, okay. And since then, since July, I've been putting in £100 every single month. So since then, so bear in mind that this has grown because I've been adding in £100 every single month. The government has been giving me £25 for every £100 I add in, and this is where we are. So part of it is growth, but part of it is me adding in money into the pension. Then the legal and general pension I had when I tracked it in June, it was at 9,622, and now it has 13,907 and 69. And again, this is part of my private pension that my employer matches and I add in. So this is why, again, the growth here is incredible, but bear in mind I add in a little bit more with my employer than I do in the personal pension that I manage. So on the 30th of November, I had in my pension 24,740 and 65, and as of today when I'm filming this, it's 24,645 and 49 pence. Then when we go to my tax efficient investment, so Vanguard ISA, I have 2 ISAs, but I don't fund 2 ISAs. So tax year ends in April, and then, you know, every tax year you're allowed to have an ISA that you fund. You can change up, so leave that ISA that you have with whatever provider and then start a new one, or just transfer it to another. So in any tax year you're allowed to transfer ISAs, but you're not allowed to fund 2 at the same time. So back in June, when all of the Vanguard funds, Vanguard own funds, were with my bank, I had in there 9,509 and 9 pence. And then Vanguard, when I opened in March, I then started funding in April. I added 2,905 and 36 pence. Then I transferred all of the funds from my bank Barclays into Vanguard, the Vanguard on funds. The rest I just kept them in there. And today we are in my Vanguard. I am at 12,240 and 31 pence, and there's only 1,132 left in my Barclays ISA. So with my Vanguard, I add in about £400 every single single month. Again, this shows you the progression, so some of it is growth, but the majority of it is because I've been adding in £400 every single month. So in my tax efficient investments account, I have 13,372 and 31 pence. Then in my general investments account, these are not very tax efficient, so if I reach a certain threshold, and I believe it's £2,000, I have to pay tax on the interest, on the dividends, on everything. So this is why these are not very tax efficient. So for these ones, I have several accounts, and I will share these apps. One I'll share tomorrow, and then one I'll share on Friday. So I have eToro, Equate, Plum, Crowdcube. So Crowdcube is just for startup companies, and free trade, and then crypto. So I will not go back to June, but I want to just talk about December for this one. So for eToro, I have 362 and 91 pence. In my Equate, I have 1,143. In Plum, I have 1,318 and 35. Then I have added into 3 startup companies £100 each. Then for free trade, at the moment I have 150 and 13 pence. Then cryptocurrency, I have 172 and 76 pence. So with respect to my general investment, I have 3,447 and 15 pence invested. So overall, of all of my investments that I do have, I have 41,464 and 95 pence. My goal, as I mentioned in my 2022 annual goals, is that I would actually like in Q1 of 2022 to reach 50k in all of my investments. So across all of these investments that you see, this is how much I would like to reach 50k by Q1. Whether I will reach that or not, I'm not really sure, but I'm going to work hard to do that, and hopefully the market will also work together with me. But you know, stock market, I should say, it goes up, it goes down. So whatever happens, happens. And then at the bottom here, I do have like the difference between the prior months, and we're not going to really talk about December purely because we're still at the beginning of December. But between October and November, you can see there's a difference of 2,879 and 11 pence. So I wanted to track the differences there, because I know part of it is what I'm adding in and part of it is what the market is doing. So this is all I wanted to share for episode 6 of my Vlogmas, to give you an idea of all of my investments that I currently have. So for my pension and for my ISA, I only invest in funds. That is it. And then eToro all the way down to crypto, I invest in, well, except crypto, I invest in individual companies. That is what I do. So, and I don't exactly encourage this, but for me, my general investments account is honestly my play money. But again, play money that is growing. That's what I like to remind myself. So these are all the investments that I wanted to share. So thank you so much for watching my video, and I'll see you in my next one.